Hey, Mike with Rove Pest Control here. And are you worried about having fleas in your home or that your pets may have fleas? Well, today's video I'm going to go through the top 6 warning signs for fleas, so stay tuned. Now, fleas are pretty gross, right? They're actually a parasite and they feed on blood, and so they can multiply very quickly as well. So having them in your home is not a good thing. If your pets have them, not good as well. And there's a lot of warning signs that you might see, and they could lead to even further problems as well. So the first thing that you want to look for is going to be flea droppings, basically on your pet. Now, they're also been called flea dirt because that's kind of what it looks like, just little tiny specks of dirt or little tiny black seeds on your pet. And you can kind of find this by combing their hair or pulling the hair apart. You'll kind of see this scattered throughout on their skin and in their fur. Now, if you're not really sure if it might be flea droppings or just regular dirt, there's a simple test that you can use where you can actually take, the flea dirt, right, or the droppings or what you suspect to be droppings, and put them on a wet paper towel. And then what can happen is, since fleas basically feed on blood, that's most of what their droppings consist of, and so it will actually turn more of like a reddish brown color once it's sat out for a while on that wet paper towel, because again, that blood will kind of start to seep out. So if you're seeing that on your pets, probably a good warning sign that there is flea activity on them and in your home. Another thing to keep in mind is that fleas don't necessarily just live on your pets. A lot of times will live in areas like the carpet, couches, pet beds, different areas that pets like to hang out throughout your home. So be aware that it might not just be on your pets, but throughout your home as well, where this flea activity can be going on. The second warning sign you want to look for is basically flea eggs on your pet. And so again, you might see these on various furniture, in pet beds, but also on your pet. And a lot of times these are confused with the droppings as well, because they look similar in size, similar in shape. The only difference is these are more like whitish to clear to translucent versus the black, like the droppings that you might find as well. Now again, these are kind of hard to find. Actually, most flea eggs are around 0.5 millimeter in length, so they're very, very tiny. So a lot of times you might not even notice them or see them, but it's definitely a clear warning sign, and it's pretty dangerous as well, because fleas can, one single female flea can lay up to 50 eggs a day. And, just over a 2-month time span, that can be around 1,300 eggs just from one female. So it can get really astronomical, the multiplying of fleas. So you definitely want to strike early if you find that warning sign. The third warning sign you want to look for is more of an allergic reaction within your pets. So again, as these pests are feeding on your pets, they can cause that allergic reaction, and basically that could lead to like red itchy skin, more of a rash. And so when that happens, you'll see your pets biting their skin, licking excessively, scratching excessively. If they're cats, maybe you'll see them kind of cleaning themselves excessively in specific areas. So look for that warning sign, because it's probably a sign of an allergic reaction, and it could be a very good sign that they have fleas as well. And often what can happen is they'll continue to scratch, continue to lick all the way down to the skin. So they'll remove the hair, it can get down to the skin, and that is also what kind of causes the fourth warning sign, which is hot spots. And what that is when your pet has basically gotten down to the skin, they're continually scratching, continually licking, and it kind of creates like an open wound or an open sore on your pet. Now, unfortunately, there's not a ton you can do at that point, so we recommend seeking medical attention for your pets if you're finding these hot spots, because again, for the most part, they might need to take medication. You're probably going to have to set up like a cone on your pet, right? So they can't actually reach it, because they don't usually know any better, and they just continue to keep licking, scratching, and doing more damage than actually letting it just heal on its own. So if you're seeing these hot spots, the fourth warning sign, probably another good sign that your pet might have fleas. Now, the fifth warning sign is a little bit less known. A lot of people might not necessarily notice this right away, but if you're seeing this, it's probably a really good sign that your pet might have fleas. And basically what it is that they're going to have weaker, white, pale looking gums. And why this can sometimes happen is, again, that fleas will feed on blood, and they're a parasite. So the more that they multiply, the more they're feeding continually, the more blood they're taking away from your pet. And what can happen is that they can kind of come into an anemic state where they're not getting enough red blood cells around, they're not getting enough blood to their body and not enough circulation going on to what it should be. And so that can actually lead to like the exterior extremities, becoming pale, becoming weak, becoming white. So if you're seeing kind of damaged, weak, white gums, that could be another good sign that you might have fleas on your pet and in your home. The sixth warning sign, kind of a little gross, but you're gonna find tapeworms in your pet's droppings. And basically tapeworms are another parasite that fleas often carry. And what happens is that tapeworms typically are going to be more in the digestive system of your pets, is where they're going to cause havoc. And so what happens is that fleas can be carrying these pests, this other tapeworm. And what can happen is as your pets are again clawing, scratching, licking, cleaning their body, trying to get rid of these fleas, they actually accidentally ingest these tapeworms. And then what happens is that this parasite will start to suck away nutrients in your pet's body. So they're not going to get the nutrients from the food. It can start doing damage to internal organs. And so again, you might see worms kind of in your pet's feces. Kind of gross, but it's another big warning sign that you might have a flea issue in your home. So again, what do you do if you actually see these warning signs? Well, for sure, have your pet treated, get a flea collar set up. There's different topical pest treatments that you can use to get rid of fleas. But then also some action steps you can take would be thoroughly vacuuming your home. Clean up the area where fleas might be hanging out. Again, that could be in your carpet, pet beds, couches, anywhere basically your pet hangs out. And then on top of that, you're going to want to get a couple flea collars and basically throw them in your vacuum, because unfortunately what can happen is those fleas can still survive as you vacuum them up. Those eggs can still hatch. So if you don't have a way to kill those as they're kind of coming into the vacuum, you could actually end up spreading the fleas all around your home without really even realizing it. So definitely set that up. And if you're seeing a lot of persistent flea issues in your home, doesn't seem to really ever go away, we'd recommend reaching out to a pest control service like us at Rove Pest Control to do a treatment to get rid of them in your home, and then again hopefully keep them off your pet for good. But those are some practical steps you can use to help reduce flea issues before they happen, or if you're seeing those warning signs, again you might need medical attention right away for your pet, and then those prevention means to kind of wrap things up and make sure that the issue doesn't come back in your home. So again, hopefully you got some benefit and value out of this video. If you did, feel free to comment and share, and subscribe to our channel if you haven't, to get the latest pest control tips and tricks to keep your home pests free. And then also, if you happen to have flea issues or any other pest issues, reach out to us at rovepestcontrol.com. And then as a first-time customer, you can head on over to rovepestcontrol.com/50 off. Just fill out your information there and get $50 off your first service with us as a brand new customer. So again, check that out. Head over to rovepestcontrol.com. And once again, to get that discount, rovepestcontrol.com/50 off. But again, thanks so much for tuning in. We'll talk to you more soon.